Spangler, and I am one of the Protest Easy Guns protesters, which today includes my mother and sister, married folks, high school and preschool friends, friends of friends, and a minister. We are all part of a protest movement that emerged in response to the April 16th Virginia Tech shootings, the deadliest shooting rampage in American history. We are citizens who are outraged at how easy it is to obtain a gun in the United States and believe it is time to act against lax U.S. gun laws. We are compelled to action after the shooting deaths of two of our brave police officers here in Charlotte, who every day put their lives at risk to protect us. So now we are stepping forward to try to protect our police and all Americans from criminals and dangerous individuals who have easy access to guns because of our lax gun laws. 3 days after the Virginia Tech shootings, heartbroken and grief-stricken, I emailed my friends and asked them to lie down beside me in front of City Hall in Alexandria, Virginia, to represent the 32 victims of the Virginia Tech shootings. Within hours, my friends responded overwhelmingly. 6 days after the Virginia Tech tragedy, 32 of us laid down for 3 minutes, the amount of time it took the Virginia Tech shooter to buy his gun. And the mere minutes it takes to buy a gun in most of the United States. Today we wear black and handmade Virginia Tech colored remembrance ribbons around our necks to commemorate the 32 Virginia Tech victims and the 32 Americans murdered by guns every day in the United States. Most of us have never protested before in our lives. Our conscience propels us forward. We are all agree it is time to put common sense into our gun laws. Protesters include citizens from all walks of life, parents, grandparents, Republicans, Democrats, independents, preschool and kindergarten teachers, families of gunshot victims, gunshot survivors, hunters, and hunters' wives. Because we are not against hunters, guns for private protection, or gun collectors. We are against dangerous individuals and criminals having easy access to guns. In America, it's like we've thrown open the candy jar of guns to criminals and dangerous individuals and said, take what you want. This is not healthy for the future of our country. Every year, 30,000 Americans die from guns. That means every 2 years, more Americans are killed by guns than were killed in the Vietnam War. This is simply unacceptable. 70% of the American people believe in stricter gun laws, but our voice is not being heard. We aim to make our voice heard. This protest movement is spreading as women and men in community after community lie down and protest, passing the baton from one to another. This is our 26th protest in the 13th state and D.C. Over 800 Americans have now laid down in protests across America. We are like a drumbeat, repeating this protest again and again and again. This time we will not move on from this tragedy. The more often we repeat this protest across America, the louder this drumbeat becomes. We want this drumbeat of protest to become deafening, making the American people's collective voice heard loud and clear. We want our lax gun laws changed. Our goal is to encourage like-minded citizens to stage their own protests across the country so that we can influence the public discourse and ultimately the legislative process with regard to this critical national problem. We are a social movement fueled by outrage, not money. Passion, pure and simple, is what drives us. Do you think the American colonialists rolled over when the British taxed them unfairly? No, they fought back by throwing tea into the Boston Harbor. Do you think that all Americans accepted slavery? No, the abolitionists fought back. Do you think that women thought it was okay not to vote? No, the suffragettes fought back. Do you think African Americans thought it was okay not to have equal rights? No! The civil rights activists fought back. Do you think Americans today think it is okay for criminals to have easy access to guns, which threaten the rest of us law-abiding citizens. No! Today we lie down in protest. Like other Americans before us, today we protest to secure a better future for our children, our police, and all Americans.